way before Shaquille O'Neal started winning championships with the Los Angeles Lakers, he was a young and upcoming center for the Orlando Magic. Before the dominant Shaq-Kobe duo was formed, O'Neal was paired up with Penny Hardaway. The duo, which, according to Big Diesel himself, had unlimited potential. So much so that he believes that Penny Hardaway was a better player than Kobe Bryant. Apart from injuries, Shaq admitted that their respective egos got in the way of the duo's promise. O'Neal also explained why Penny was a better baller than Kobe, pointing out that upon stepping foot into the league, Hardaway was already feasting on his foes. Kobe, meanwhile, took a few years to get to the elite level. If Penny didn't get hurt, he would have been one of the top 3 players in the history of the game. Penny came in like that. It took Kobe maybe 2.5 years to get to that level. Penny came in. He was already like that. First year he came, we went to the finals. Penny was cold. That's why I tell people he was Kobe before Kobe. People give me flack like that and say he couldn't have turned out, but if he wouldn't have gotten injured, he would definitely be up there. Definitely. O'Neal said on the Pivot podcast, Shaq's memory may be blurred by the array of experiences he's had during his fruitful career. But for the sake of fact-checking, Hardaway was in his second year when the Magic made it to the '95 NBA Finals. It was the first NBA Finals appearance in Magic's history. Yes, they were manhandled by Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets in 4 games, but it nonetheless showed the searing potential of the Shaq-Penny duo. O'Neal isn't just boosting Hardaway's stock. There are tons of players who have expressed their admiration for Penny. The likes of Kobe and LeBron James have said that Hardaway was one of those players they studied. Let's not forget that Penny was a tremendous playmaker who displayed flashes of Magic Johnson. It's easy to imagine someone like LeBron studying Hardaway's games. Hardaway is definitely one of the what-if stories in the NBA. In his prime, Penny averaged as much as 21.7 points per game and 7.2 assists. His reign only ran from 93 to 97. In the 97-98 season, Penny suffered a gruesome knee injury that forced him to miss the majority of the season. But his star was so bright that he was voted into the All-Star game. Nowadays, Penny Hardaway is a very successful coach at the prestigious University of Memphis and is still relevant in the basketball world. In an interview with a couple of his players, Penny got asked what are some of the unfair things said about him. As a player, probably that I'm not one of the top players. I feel like I did get injured, but I showed enough in the game to know that I am one of the top players to ever play the game. When you know the game and you're the point guard of your team, you're an extension of the coach. I don't really care about what they feel or what they say, but I hear those things and my whole motivation comes from me, Penny concluded. He is correct, as almost nobody anymore talks about Penny like he is one of the greats. His greatness is somewhat forgotten and swept under the rug. But that is more because his prime was so short-lived that it didn't have enough of an effect for people to consider him as one of the best. But one thing is for certain, if Penny stayed healthy, he would have been one of the top players ever to play.